have a challenge for you. When I work with a company, this is what I normally do. You tell me you have a mission. You tell me, this is who we are. I ask multiple people in the organization. I ask the receptionist, I ask a groundskeeper, I ask an assistant, everybody. So my question for you is, it would be great for you to go back and talk to other people in your organization. What is your brand identity? Who are you? And remember, talk is cheap. You can claim to be any one of these. For instance, if you're a sincere brand, if you say we are the sincere brand, there should not be small print. You shouldn't be trying to get people, right? You should truly live that sincerity. If you say we are the competent brand, there should not be typos in stuff you send me, right? You should not miss deadlines. So it's living it, not just saying it, that's important, but know your brand identity. Is that clear? So 3 things. It's a good exercise to do, to say what are we known for today? What do we want to be known for 5 years from now? I have to go through this exercise at KU, right? At the business school, who are we? Where do we want to be? And if you do, what do you get? The last point is brand equity. If you really understand your product, you create a distinctive identity, your hope is to generate brand equity. And what is equity? People write so many dissertations on this topic. Brand equity to me is very simple. If you have 2 brands and you'd pay 1 penny more for one versus the other, that has brand equity. If you would drive 5 minutes farther for one brand over another, that has equity. If you would defend when someone criticizes a brand, that has equity, okay? So we can talk more based on questions you may have. But I want to wrap up with why, with branding, the living brand is the most important component, okay? So whatever you say, when I interact with you, if you're very friendly and you're very polite, I walk away saying those CBIZ folks are fantastic, right? If you're impolite to me, the bad part is it's not just you. I castigate the entire organization. That's the message that I want to share with you. Great organizations that I have studied. I come back to one thing about the Mayo Clinic. People ask me, it's become one of the all-time bestsellers for Harvard Business Review, all-time, ever, all articles published there. It's not because I wrote it, it's because it's their story. Okay, that's what is impressive. So what is impressive when you ask them there, what is your brand? They'll tell you the patient's needs come first, okay? You can ask everybody, they'll tell you, what is Mayo Clinic about? The patient's needs come first. So I want to share a story with you of how pervasive that has to be. It's not just the doctors. How many of you know the Mayo Clinic? Okay, I should have guessed. You don't go there for the cold or the flu. You might go there for an executive physical, but typically people go there because they've been to several places. They call themselves not primary, not secondary, not even tertiary. They call it quaternary care, or however you pronounce it. Like typically people have been multiple places before they go there. So while we were at the Mayo Clinic, my colleague and I, and we were researching this, we came across this story that I want to share with you. A woman was admitted to the Mayo Clinic, and her prognosis wasn't very good. And the doctors shared that, and the chaplain was consoling the family. Everyone was heartbroken, but apparently her daughter, the grown daughter, took it very hard. And the chaplain talked to her, and she said, well, I know my mother's dying, but what really breaks my heart is that my wedding is a few months away. My mother and I have been planning my wedding for so long, I just can't believe she won't be part of this. This goes on for a while, and the chaplain says, so you really want your mother in that wedding? Yes. You don't care about that big wedding you were planning? No. So he says, if that is the case, you better get married today. This is the atrium of the Mayo Clinic. Can you see the best man in jeans? You know, that they called him. I mean, this was the atrium of the Mayo Clinic. They had a volunteer play the piano. They cooked a meal. The woman did pass away, okay? But the wedding happened. You saw that. Interestingly, we asked the chaplain, what would possess you to do that? You know, to commandeer everything and have the volunteers cook up food. And he said, at the Mayo Clinic, we say the patient's needs come first. And what could be more important to this patient at that time? We couldn't save her, but she was part of this woman's life. Isn't that spectacular? Then, of course, I asked, how many forms did you have to fill out in triplicate? Did you have to give away your firstborn? Like, to do these things, what would it take? He said, no. We say the patient's needs come first. So I knew I was okay. Is that clear? He was empowered. He was empowered. And that's a very interesting thing. I want to talk about empowerment if we have a minute. Richard Tierlink, I think I said this. When we talk about empowerment, we all talk empowerment. It's not enough to say you're empowered, jump, right? You've got to really make them believe that this is true. And you need to give them information. So the CEO of Harley-Davidson said, if you empower dummies, you get bad decisions faster. Right? Remember that. I love it. So empowerment is not just saying you can do it. It's really discussing the context, having people understand the realities of the business. Isn't that clever? Okay, what moral? A, Neely likes wedding stories. B, no, bigger than that, no matter what industry you're in, you can create that experience. It's not orchestrated. It was not a PR ploy. This is important, my last word. If something magical like this were to happen, it need not be a wedding. It's something, someone going that extra mile for a customer and the customer talking about it. Do not, I repeat, do not advertise it. Do not advertise it. Don't put it in your PR material. Because if you do, you demean it, right? It becomes a ploy. We just dismiss it. We become cynical as customers. Got it? What should you do? Power WOMP, the power of word of mouth potential. Pack a WOMP. People should talk about it, okay? How many of you remember DoubleTree? DoubleTree, do you know DoubleTree? What do you remember about DoubleTree? Chocolate chip cookies. There is a great example of why not to advertise this. One franchisee makes chocolate chip cookies. Steven checks in, he's tired, and they give him warm, gooey chocolate chip cookies. Is he thrilled? Oh yeah, I love it. How thoughtful. Chocolate chip cookies. Then what happens? Some colleague of mine, I'm sure, a marketing person says, let's advertise the heck out of this. Let's tell everybody that when you check in, you have warm, gooey chocolate chip cookies. Now, Andy goes and stays there. Is he thrilled to see chocolate chip cookies? No, he knew they were there. He checks in and goes, what terrible service. Who gives you warm chocolate chip cookies without a glass of cold milk? You know, what kind of awfulness is this? Is that clear? Word of mouth, not by what you say. These should be, you need to understand when to leverage the power of word of mouth. I think I have one last slide, and with this I will stop. I hope I didn't take too much time. I get carried away. I feel so strongly about this. And I love being back in a group of business people. I had the largest network you could imagine in Columbus, Ohio, and I know we're going to match that here. I love learning from you. I love learning from you and making it more relevant to my students. Okay, this is what I mean about identity. Let's go back to our key messages. I will end with that, right? So creating a living brand, reminding people who you are, going from beyond the CEO, going from beyond the leader to everyone in the organization. This is, you get off the 4th floor of the Mayo Clinic, and right smack dab in the middle of the hospital floor, you see a car. All around it are patient rooms. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. So what's a car doing there? Inquiring minds want to know. So we asked, and you know what they said? What's the first thing you need to do when you're discharged from the hospital? You get into your car and you go home. And they found through their research that it's a moment of very high anxiety for the patient and equally for their families. So they said, and who's there when you have been discharged and you're getting into your car? A kid from transportation is who? There's no doctor there, there's no nurse there, it's true. My father had some foot surgery, and it's a kid wheeling you out, right? It's a high anxiety. So they said, we'll put a car right there in the hospital. So if you're anxious about getting in and out, if you have some issue with mobility, you can practice getting in and out with the doctors and nurses around. Now, that's not the key. That's impressive. What is key is you never see it advertised anywhere. In fact, the vast majority of patients in the Mayo Clinic, unless you have something with your leg, it's not a problem to get in and out of a car. You don't even know it's there. You stayed there, you're discharged, you don't know. But who knows there's a car in the hospital floor? Who knows it? That it's there. Not the patients, huh? The people who need it know, and who else? The staff know it. Every doctor, every nurse, during orientation, you see that. Do you forget it? Because they don't tell you it's coming up. You're just getting off, you do a double take. Every person who works there knows. And what does it tell them? When we say the patient's needs come first, we're trying to anticipate every need of the customer, even after they have been discharged. And that's a message that you will remember, correct? So my challenge to you, wonderful, talented people, and I'm so grateful that you are here, what will be the car on your shop floor, metaphorically? What will be the car on your shop floor? Because you can say all you want. How will you demonstrate that whatever your mission is, whatever your hopes are, dreams are for your company, really do stay true and visible to everybody in your company, okay? So let's see, what are a couple of ideas from today's talk that you remember? I do this everywhere, not just to make sure you've listened, but research shows when you've read a book, do the same thing. If periodically you stop, remember 1 or 2 ideas, your long-term retention goes up tremendously. I've done research that proves it, okay? So true, this is not just me saying it. At KU, my first paper, that was at KU. So what are a couple of ideas you remember from today?
PIE.
PIE, yes, as easy as pie. And that's product and identity gives rise to equity. Okay, one more idea. Huh? Did I build my brand today or did I hurt it? One more?
Ask 5 whys.
Ask 5 whys. Well, you did me proud. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. I'm so grateful. I hope it was useful to you. I really hope it was useful to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.